Welcome everyone to another open source and maybe a little bit clickbait title. You got to do what you got to do to grow a YouTube channel. So it's our amazing, some people already guessed it right, T2 Linux here live from our ARM, if not Epic Thread ripping desktop. And of course we discussed this last videos. We built the next ISOs with more security enhancing features like stack smashing protector, stuff that we supported early, if not one of the first 15 years ago. And finally it's time to actually make it the default. Plus other mitigations. So as usual we built this, most stuff built and works, we tested that already. But there's always one more thing. For example, we could enable initialization of variables, and soon you probably want to share, like, and subscribe. I will also benchmark that. Where's GitHub? Here. Actually, the Graver also opened a bug some time ago, which was also funny. I saw Team Men's opening about bug upstream. On which actually all of those should they be so ordered by? Should they be ordered by? By ID, because I remember someone added a bug. Okay, so many bugs. This initialization, whatever. Actually, I need to check. And welcome everyone. Menu item for GCC. How was that? Always something. Family chat going viral. 20 new features, 20 new photos just while we prepared for YouTube live stream. So the next thing might be this very initialization. Let's also maybe check. I wonder why I don't have an info page here. Also, also I have one here. Nothing like some Asai Linux to your fingertips. So which aka obviously is T2 Linux, right? What would you expect? And so that was f init, no, initialize. No, not that. And so I also will benchmark this soon to actually find out how much performance we lose, because obviously it's all about performance. The other thing is I want to move these options out of GCC. How many changes do I even? There's always some changes. Do I need? Maybe better leave this HD. Develop. So because so no changes here, because we have some options here that should be a little bit more global. Stack smashing protector and position independent executables. Let's just check if we bothers me a little bit that where would that be? Do we have so many? I thought it's like the 5th new bug here. Generally, activate somehow they are all. Is this even, or is it so long? I mean, time is flying for sure. Who filled this here? Me on this. All right, I think I fixed this. Oh, darn, I again not signed in. I hate this for the security, privacy, expiring cookie stuff. Where is even? It must have been. Did I dream that up, or where is it even? Says all those bugs are older. Where is? This here sort, very sort by newest. Cabling, cross build. Who is that even? Alright, I think this was some random nonsense. I probably should invest some time. Was this is strange. So much to quickly do something, can't even find the bug anymore. That is a little bit annoying. But yeah, leave in the comments below what you... I mean, the best thing, we probably should also package like cubes or something. Apple keyboard, yeah. What was the name? The problem is there are so many, as you see, so many options. Is this even new enough? 11, 12. Alright, that also actually might be. Is it a new GCC 12 option? It actually might be. Nobody comes up with that option. Maybe we should look into the GCC changelog then. Maybe let's first move those options here. That is Tmux. Question there. That is Tmux. I previously used Screen for probably nearly 20 years. But recently, 2 years ago, also I switched to the much leaner and cleaner code base. It is Tmux. In general, obviously to park this, but as you asked already, you know that. But for those who knew, not only having one graphical terminal and muxing them multiple, but obviously parking that on your server, right? Wait, this is interesting. I thought I recently... clean up potential. I thought I cleaned up all of those multi-assignments. But let's not get distracted. So here's text meshing protector, and I guess, yeah, so the thing is this, I mean, okay, who cares about the internal config name, because the internal config name is annoying. Because the name is so stupid, because that was basically the name when IBM, I think, as far as I remember, implemented probably 20 years ago, this thing, this GCC's text meshing protector. Let's fact check that. GCC's text meshing protector of re-implementing. I mean, we could potentially rename that. I guess we don't use that often. Oh, wait a second. Why is here NYU enable connect? No, did I just type that or? Why is this NYU? Is that a typo? How did I GNU NYU? What? Indeed, IPO funded NYU to develop. Okay, it's not a typo. So you have it kind of like that. That would matter, but anyway, maybe we rename that to some better name. Now that we move it a little bit wider, I would guess like maybe we have only 2 occurrences. Should there not be more? All right, or no, not all right. Why is here? This is all the configs. That is the only thing the git grep or so is pretty well performing. Yeah, so that should have been. Why do I not find it? Uh, wait, what have I done here? Did I somehow, wait a second, don't tell me. Was I that delusional with COVID as well that I must have somehow regressed to always enable that. What was I thinking here? Good that we talk about this here live on YouTube. Oh man. It's also, yeah, playing along at home, please proofread my commits. I usually do that to our new contributors. Sometimes we have right to say, sometimes I fine-tune their stuff. Good that we fact check that. And then we probably should rename that to just config SSP or something. Just that it's less GCC and less Smash Pro stuff. Yeah, good that we talked about that. That would have been if so. Another win-win. If you're wondering why do I make this random live streams, another win-win. I easily wasted lots of time if I later notice some stuff is breaking, like Super H or PowerPC or stuff, and then trying to figure out where that came from. So Pi, is that a global option? And apparently it is. And so the thinking is that here should only be, like in the expert section, only stuff that people should usually not touch. And we probably want that closer to optimizations, like here. So maybe somewhere like, what do we have here? Block of architecture. Yep, maybe here. And I need to stop fat fingering this Apple keyboard. So Pi and stack smashing protector, maybe enable. And then probably SSP. So another win of cleaning this stuff up, and now we only need to figure out what was maybe the other initialization stuff that I wanted to try out. Previously, this was also not the first thing if you ever find out what's the name of that. Yeah, also options, right? Probably thousands of options. Where's my mouse cursor? They released some. Oh, this was a while ago. Where is 12.1? Do we? Oh, wait a second. 7.27? Is it like today? What a coincidence to test all the latest and greatest stuff out. Wait, is that even? Oh, I so hate that this stuff doesn't have any usability. Kinder. By the way, I checked on my older MacBook where clicking on the time would reveal the date. So yeah, progress. I hate the notification. I don't use the notification, and you don't even get the freaking date anymore. July 27 status. 22. A little bit. Why is this? Is this not like? Why is this 22/7/27? I don't understand their date thing here. Which part am I not? Okay, they 211. So 12/2. Do they have a 12/11? It is a little bit confusingly listed, but apparently not. So changes. Probably it was sanitize. Was it sanitize? Initialization? Yes, so many options. Static. Probably was it that one? Trifle autovar init. Probably it was that one. Do we find that in our? I'm a little bit puzzled there. Where was that issue went? So it was that one. And I really want to debug that. So pattern would trigger bugs. So yeah, autovar init uninitialize CC plus default, and obviously we and attackers hate uninitialized run like stuff. And so pattern would not help me so much because it mostly helps developers track their own issues. So I'm thinking using here this 0, initialize automatic variables with zeros. And I would not even, except compiler bugs, I would think it should, famous last words, not necessarily cause issues. Probably even compile with bootloaders in the Linux kernel. All right, we also want we probably also want to unify this stuff here. Maybe like so, because brackets is always, oops. So either that, what style? We could, Stacks Machine Protector, we could do it that way, not sure, maybe Stacks Machine Protector. Also probably initializes to 1, except for architectures where that is broken, and then a new auto init or so. The question is, does GCC have that? That would be the only stuff that breaks stuff. Oh no, they even have something apparently. 2018. So that is only the only good thing, that they are so competitive that they usually implement useful functions. Same. Clang trunk now has travel auto var init. Runtime overhead to 3 to 5%. So that, yeah, that is the thing. Do you want performance, performance, performance? And that is the only thing, yeah, where then people on other news forums like Intel Clear Linux is fast. It's like, yeah, if you build without all the mitigations and security stuff, but yeah, leave in the comments below. Leave in the comments below. Do you want more security or more performance? Should we call this init or 0? Very theoretically, we could make that even an option. So, yeah. To some comments there in the audience, I can neither confirm nor deny that. So, need to, all I can say today. So, initialize automatic variable with 0. Auto var 0. Does that make the most sense? Maybe it does. It is possible that I don't know where T2 is used, but access to our home site gets increasingly interesting. Previously, or for not previously, the crazy stuff is that, and I'm not making this up, for many years, Red Hat is the like whatever net, like net, whatever IP, whatever is there. Can't remember all the stuff, but yeah, Red Hat.net pool, whatever, redhat.com or whatever that was. It's crazy, right? That I don't know what they do. Copy and paste all the best metadata and patches, maybe. I don't know. Can only bring you the facts, not the reason behind that. So package, so GCC, let's parse config that too. We might need some additional metadata flags for if packages break. They should not. I would call that maybe a compiler bug, or what even type here. All right, it's a bloody Mac. I'm getting very confused. I hate working on a Mac, by the way, which it comes from live streaming from the home office. So to var init 1, then the only case where this might break something, again, I would expect this should usually work, but maybe operating system or bootloader startup code, maybe if they are using undefined behavior and mix assembly with C or stuff, maybe there are cases. They are usually cases, right? If you think that should for sure always work, it's like, yeah, hold my beer, right? Not so fast. Maybe we should actually, they have here auto var init. What did I call this? So that was 0, right? 0. Auto var, maybe we call this, you know what? Let's call this init, and then we have more flexibility if we later eventually maybe want more options. And maybe even enable it by default. Actually, the only thing, we have some builds with an older... Okay, we could force that to 0, like AVR or Blackfin or so. Maybe we do that when we do release builds. So auto var init. The irony is, if it's 1, we init with 0, but obviously that is how Boolean variables work. No surprise there. So GCC wrapper inside. The only question is, does that affect Linux kernel builds? We are using a special KCC. So we have to test build that. But yeah, that is always the thing. It looks as easy as one option, but the surrounding code plus breakage, that of course will happen. We could actually name this initial automatic variables. I don't know. Does it make more sense? I mean, maybe for now like that. And yeah, I will benchmark that soon, right? Let's put that on the to-do. And I'm so increasingly with the moment channel, also we have now merge, right? If you've not seen that, and let's first start a test build. And if you're new to this stuff, you can support this Patreon, GoFundMe, OnlyFans, and YouTube membership. And since yesterday or so, we have enough subscribers to have merchandise, so you can now order the first T2 t-shirts and kids wear. And if I later have time, I will even add some more stuff. So let's see how this looks. Config, and then probably rebuild all of that. So that means these options are now here. All right, here is even LTO. Actually, you know what? Honestly, we probably should even move these options also. Some of these options are not the best sorted. Maybe I do that later in a second commit. I think so. This bootloader stuff should probably be here at install stuff. So that's not ideal there. But I will, yeah, there's always one more thing. And then we probably want, obviously, this stuff be in one menu block, but then details. So pi and the other stuff. And let's rename that because I for sure want something for testing. And yeah, there goes the test build. And otherwise, there's not yet that much, if it even shows. But yeah, I'm not over for kids wear. And obviously I need to order some for myself, obviously, right? And that's just the beginning. If I have time, there's not yet that much. It's just a test, and you need to be careful. It's not our stuff, right? It's YouTube supported store stuff, so all the stuff is totally new. I don't know the product or print quality. It's Spreadshop in cooperation with YouTube. We will add more stuff, so yeah, don't forget to check, subscribe, and your water bottle, obviously, or your girls and kids wear. And yeah, so far the one major one. I will make more. Probably next I will make a, if you're not into IT stuff, like the only constant is change and regressions. And the backside, of course, has a T2 QR code and website, right? Because nothing like making a living not only with the world's best Linux distribution, but also some associated fanware. And yeah, the next one will probably be the 23 or so architectures from ARM to RISC-V and some T2 and the center stuff. And if you are a graphic designer and stuff and think that is lame and you have better ideas and talent, then feel free to send some design stuff my way. So yeah, that stuff will build a while with our new improved Bootstrap. All right, we can also, one more thing as per usual, I have a poll from the other day. What to do with a bloody broken, not G-Star raw. Obviously I'm not ordering a G-Star raw anymore. Obviously now we order our own fashion line. And I had a poll here, obviously, and what to do with those broken Xorg drivers, and most people agree do nothing or just finally freaking write your microkernel. Obviously some people always want some backport and stuff, but Sorry, but hey, it got better. But also pro tip, don't catch this bloody COVID virus. Can't recommend it. That was not a fun experience. And I think I will for the first time in a long time actually not only listen to this poll, but they are right. That often I would have made the poll and it's like YOLO, I do it anyway, but I'm so sick and tired. I'm basically done with this stuff. It's like, you know what? I really do microkernel now. Meaning I will do this, of course, the fun way for my fun and education. So that means hello world examples, bare metal, Spark with 5 and stuff. And also separated things. I've done low level code just to get the feel and hang of it because as I said previously, I've never written graphic drivers from scratch. I always patched around in the Linux kernel and Xorg and stuff. But doing that completely, but like having the knowledge and doing that really for real from scratch are two different things. And that is why I tested that and get the hang and experience of that, Verge, Voodoo and other stuff. And that will also be independent demos, so not, of course, not from the beginning a big microkernel. I also have many other ideas, including JIT, because or scalable vector extension JIT or stuff as in previous videos. And I will also make the stuff runnable. So for example, probably as I want significantly smaller code base information technology for the future, maybe this stuff is even sellable, right? If we do a really amazing JIT stuff, think better than Java and Lua JIT and Graal VM, like 5% of the code base and maybe 90% of the performance, maybe even some cases better performance because scalable forward compatible vector extensions, you never know. That you create new stuff and innovative stuff at times can also yield to like breakthroughs, right? I'm not like I'm expecting it to be easy or like instant, but you could even license that, right, to game studios or the NSA, you never know, stuff like that, or even banks for low latency financial product trading and stuff. Which either way, I think I once read that someone is even using LuaJIT for low latency, what is the term, short whatever trading stuff. And yeah, so the other things that I wanted, so I will not touch that this time for real because it really is too stupid. If upstream people want to break it, then let's break it and do new stuff. That also means my other low-level example code was either running like bare metal on DOS, Verge, Voodoo and other stuff on Lynx 3D on Linux, mostly because this transmitter OCO01 I could not easily network boot to DOS because some of the the crazy stuff, commercial products, right? The BIOS has network boot option, but somehow it doesn't work. This OCO01, where I did the low level like a world's first, not even shipping by the vendor because YOLO, no Windows NT driver, only Windows 95. I've done on Linux because the BIOS, the network is USB attached with this dongle cable there. So I have no idea if maybe I have the wrong cable for the OCO01, who knows, or maybe it is the right cable and they have never updated the BIOS, or maybe the BIOS never was working because this USB stuff is too complex and glitchy. This is why I've done that low-level code. So that also means we will have some low-level 3D demos for performance testing and stuff, runnable in other operating systems. The thing we want to do here is also mark those drivers. I think we had already other Xorg drivers and now we have more that are broken. So let's, as the last thing for today, so that is also the craziest thing today of all things. So Novo is broken, right? Previous video, as crazy as it is, but someone, was it Alan Coppersmith or so, was releasing a -NV driver, right? Why do they even still bother? I mean, the one thing even I wouldn't bother with is this bloody NV driver, right? Why do they not put the efforts to just spin the upstream git committed already Novo driver and that's an NV driver is beyond my comprehension, but yeah, what do I know? probably nothing. So it's as easy as like YOLO, you had me at this doesn't work anymore. And glint, also here, and oops. Glint S3. It is reset, but that's what the major distributions want you not to use anymore. ATI glint S3, that's probably it. I mean, we could we? I probably could check the... Yeah, as soon as there's an update, we just need to... Oops, just deleted the draw. Actually, we could, should we? Yeah, okay, maybe not. And then let's take a closer look to the comments. And yeah, I will independently, because that someone wrote there 5 to 7 or what it was percent, doesn't mean that is true. I will benchmark all of those individually to see like baseline, and then all of those individually, maybe all of them together, and maybe O2 or 3 or something of that sort. The upstream broken, traverse. Yeah. Sad to see this stuff go. So what else do we have there? What did I even had in the title? I said would use. AAA agencies using only non-XCHs. Yeah, everything is... I think did Edward Snowden not say they were using Dell servers? I think they're probably using x86. Guessing from Edward Snowden working there with Dell servers and stuff. It would... I mean, if money... I mean, maybe given how much performance and storage they need. I mean, yeah, it's certainly the cheap choice. I mean, they could, of course, secure, like Edward Snowden permanent record story, their servers and services. I mean, maybe from the national security standpoint, it might make sense to use IBM Power, but maybe, I mean, this Edward Snowden whistleblowing stuff is also like getting a decade old, right? Extreme crazy stuff, how fast time is running and nobody's caring anymore. Maybe a decade ago, IBM Power stuff was not even as competitive. Maybe they got better now. Maybe this day and age, or like Spark, right? But the Spark stuff for the last 20 years was not the highest performance. Basically, after the Ultra Spark stuff, the T1, T2, Sun, Niagara Falls architecture was cool threads of epic hyper-threading the stuff, like 4-way SMT, simultaneous multi-threading. So that was not high performance, right? It was like high throughput maybe for storage, but yeah, I guess that would have otherwise for more security potentially also not only as maybe more secure as in not as many glitchy microcode stuff as Intel's x86 either has, but also more obscure as in attackers, hackers and crackers and stuff do not have it as much. Although, of course, other national agencies could easily spend that money and get that and experts with PowerPC and Spark either level experience too, but yeah. Let's, how many bugs, errors can ignore, white space being patches, what, how much? bugs or errors. Ignore with white space. Bring in using patches. Still for the characters, or is it? Someone likes the mug. Happy to hear that. I will do more, right? I just don't. I mean, with all the YouTube and surrounding stuff, I'm already over stressing my time. Obviously, you've guessed it. But there will be more mugs and T-shirts and stuff. I just need more time. But then you will see me wearing this stuff, right? As soon as I made a couple of more, I will order. Where is it even? Somewhere. I will order some for the family and actually try that out, right? And even here some kid stuff, obviously, right? And also check the quality and obviously run around with this stuff, because nothing like promoting the world's best Linux distribution everywhere. So yeah, that stuff is compiling. We will see results soon. Otherwise, I hope you learned something, and probably continue with some other stuff. Some people love microkernels, which, yeah, more previous videos, but also more stuff coming soon, including discussion stuff. And hope to see you next time. Don't forget to share and subscribe. Order some merchandise, fanware, like a water bottle or other good stuff, or pillow. And otherwise, enjoy your day or night, and hope to see you soon for more fun stuff to come.